I don't think any of us realised when we first came here quite how long we would be coming here. And of course it's beyond horrendous that we're still doing this, but things are not as they should be, if you like, in Palestine. Obviously things in Gaza are still pretty atrocious. They might not be quite as bad as they were 6 months ago, but we're not getting very many good stories coming out of Gaza. We're getting the odd one, but I can't imagine what it's really like for people day to day. And obviously the West Bank every day gets worse and worse and worse, and that is not even disputable anymore. The number of times you see what settlers are up to, the violence, the murders, the fear. I don't suppose there's anybody living in the West Bank who doesn't live in fear now. And how have we got to that? How has the world sat by and let that happen? We come here every week. We have a direct link to Dr. Salim and his colleagues, and we hope that that brings them some level of solidarity, and we think that it does. So we do it for the people that we know, but we do it because how can we go home and say, oh, everything's fine now? All along the last 2.5 years, I've thought, oh, this is the point where the world's woken up. This is the point where this will have to stop. This is the point where people say, no more. I've been wrong every time, and I'll probably be wrong this time, but I do think the world is changing. The statistic apparently in America is that a majority now think that Israel are wrong and the Palestinians deserve justice. I think the majority in this country thinks so, even if it's a silent majority. And there will come a point, and I hope it's not too far away, where the people who actually can do something will turn around and say that's enough now. Sanctions, just stop trading with it. Just stop trading with Israel. Stop selling arms to Israel. Stop supporting Israel. Stop believing the lies. Every time they kill another journalist or another medic who say, oh, we thought they were probably a terrorist, and you know that they were lying. Stop these double taps, triple taps, quadruple taps. Come out against it and keep the evidence. I don't know how long it's going to take to get these cases to the International Criminal Court, but that needs to start sooner rather than later. But no, we will keep coming until there's something resembling justice, and unfortunately that might be a while yet. We can still hope.
Okay, so my big beef at the moment is the silent majority. And bad things happen because good people keep quiet. And I just think just need to impart to people that standing out here isn't just, making a noise. It's trying to let people know who are in these conflict zones that we are here and we are thinking of them, and they're not alone. But it's also the powers that be, the more people that stand out here. I mean, we stand out here every week after week. There's 30 to 50 of us. But if there was 150 of us, maybe the councillors, maybe the Orkadian, maybe our MP would take a bit more notice. So it is important that people stand out. And that's the people that we need to get, the people who do care, but aren't interested enough to come out and make an effort. So that's my target group, really.
Hello, everyone. Thank you for coming today. At least we've got a bit of sunshine for a change, though it's quite chilly. We are here again to remember those who have been killed in the current conflicts in the Middle East. The flags that we have in the front here are showing the names, ages, and professions of people that have been killed. We have many people in Gaza, but also Israeli soldiers, hostages, and people whose lives, were taken needlessly in this conflict. Unfortunately, people are still being killed. Just this week in Gaza, 2 lorry drivers who were delivering water to a UNICEF water distribution center were killed as they were driving the water tankers. So, it's just unbelievable that, people can't get safe water, people can't do their jobs without risking losing their lives. This week, there has been some good news from Gaza, though, and Channel 4 News did a beautiful story about the Phoenix Library. And this was a collection of books that a young man and his volunteers, well, they were able to uncover them from underneath the rubble of houses and libraries in Gaza. Unfortunately, hundreds of thousands of books have been destroyed and burned, priceless manuscripts, hundreds of years old, but they managed to salvage, some of these precious books, and now they're in a library for the people of Gaza to enjoy again. So it is just a bit of heartwarming news from what has been a very troubling situation, for the last 2.5 years in Gaza. So Brian again has his zaytun produce and zaytun dates and olive oil and za'atar. So it's a way that we here in Orkney can support Palestinian farmers and producers. We are going to be back here again next week to have another vigil. So we hope, to see a lot of you again next week. And I would just like to say, really, we've had a message this morning from our friend Dr. Salim in the Shufat refugee camp in Jerusalem. And he says, please thank all of our supporters and participants. So what we are doing up here is being seen every week in Palestine, in the Shufat refugee camp, and it gives our friends hope there. So thank you so much, and please keep coming out and showing your support. Thank you.
Yeah, no, I think it's good.